I think any one of us has served in a combat. No, you hear those blades popping. That means we're going home. I'm proud to say I'm Sycan Fox. Today I'm proud to say that Blackhawk helicopter is home. Thank you, folks.
We started probably 20 years ago. All that time, our commander, Sonny Masquat, was really hot to get a Blackhawk because of Sycan Fox's name.
Well, it's been a slow, long process of getting in contact with the right people, with the military. There's a lot of helicopters in the Army inventory, and they all have been named after tribes until this one came on, and they named it after Blackhawk for respect out of his tactics during the Black Hawk Wars.
The Black Hawk helicopter came into really existence in the 1980s. You can insert troops, supplies, and equipment into really inhospitable terrain. It's a medevac. So for injured soldiers on the battlefield, it serves in that role as well. It's one of the workhorses of the United States Army.
We started writing congressmen, senators from our Oklahoma here. We would go for 6, 7 months, sometimes a year, and all of a sudden correspondence would stop, and nothing we did would ever be returned. It was frustrating, but we never stopped.
We spoke to many of the elders and the veterans that were there. They had in fact applied and have always tried to get a decommissioned helicopter for the reservation. So that really is when I think the light bulb went off for us in terms of an area that we might be able to support and help assist.
I talked to Danny and I said, Danny, you see our veterans and they're up in their 80s. They've always tried to get a decommissioned Black Hawk helicopter and no success. It's always been stopped here or there. This guy left. I didn't know if he was going to come back to see us or what. And about 2 weeks later, I got a phone call from Sarah. And she says, guess what, Robert? And I said, what? And she said, you guys are going to get a Black Hawk helicopter.
For us, it was, okay, what can we bring to bear to this? We can bring information, we can bring resources, and we can bring relationships. And in this case, we brought all three of those things in order to make it happen.
Ultimately, through some good friends and colleagues in the government, we were able to get to the right department and get to the right individual, frankly, that could help us understand what was going to be needed in the process.
Good afternoon, this is Clint speaking.
Hi, Clint. It's Sarah Goodaround with the Blackhawks. How are you?
I'm great, Sarah. How are you doing?
I am fantastic because I have some incredible news to share. We got the airframe. It's official. It's going to Sycan Fox Nation.
Fantastic. That's great. That's fantastic news.
I have to say now I'm really curious, what are the next steps? Because we got it through the whole process with the U.S. Army, but how do we actually get this to Sycan Fox Nation?
As we stated before, the internal processes here at SES are about a 6-week process. The first of those processes is disassembly. So you can think of like circa 300 or 400 different little parts and things that will have to come off the aircraft during that 2-week process. Additionally, we're going to try to make this thing as light as possible for you guys. That means like literally tearing out wire from the front to the back of the helicopter. So we'll dispose of all that material here. Once we kind of get the shims and covers in location, that's when we'll move over into the paint process. Just to jog your memory, it's all sorts of camouflage. We'll move over to paint for about a week where we'll prime the aircraft, we'll spray it down really well, we'll final paint the aircraft in the Army green scheme, and then from there, we will stencil on the aircraft, and we can talk about what you guys would like to have stenciled on the aircraft thereafter.
I do know that because I spoke to the Veterans Command. I know they're going to want Black Hawk 1 on the helicopter airframe. And then the other word, I know it's really important to them, is the SOC word for warrior. They're gonna want that somewhere on the airframe as well to draw that connection back to Blackhawks specifically.
Perfect, we can do that too.
Great.
I would just need the precise spelling from you guys, and we'll
Okay.
make that happen as well, and location that you want it on the aircraft.
Great.
We're taking care of the transportation to you guys, so it's a one-stop shop. It's going to be very transparent to you. You won't have to organize any of that. I will have the truck here in time to pick up that finished aircraft and deliver it to you guys by the 24th of June so that you guys have enough time to get it on the static display.
Great, and I spoke to Sac and Fox Nation, and they did say that they're working with the Oklahoma National Guard, so once you guys get it to us on tribal lands, the Oklahoma National Guard is ready to assist with assembly onto the static display.
All right, we'll make that happen.
Clint, I'm so excited. 6 weeks from now, this is very...
Good process. We're really excited to help out the cause here, and are there any questions, concerns that you guys have for us? I want to make sure I get everything vetted out.
I wrote everything down in terms of the 3 phases, and so the next step is I'll just get you the PO and then we can get going.
Perfect, that sounds great. I look forward to it.
Okay, thanks so much, Clint.
Thanks, Sarah. Best call all day.
Me too. Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
With something like that, you know, it's hard to sleep. Not before.
There was an absolute buzz in the air. It was a hot morning, a beautiful sunny day, and you could just feel the anticipation. You could feel the excitement, the pride that was groundswelling throughout the week to have been able to have everyone come together on such a celebratory day was special to be part of, and it felt great.
This was their dream, their vision, and it still today is about honoring those serving in our armed forces. So this whole celebration and ceremony has to be about them.
To see that Black Hawk chopper on our reservation, for me, as the historian of the tribe, it takes me back to our history and what our war leader meant to our people.
And I was there every minute of it. I've got pictures of it from when I bored the first hole in the ground to when I finished it.
3, 2, 1, cut.
It's there, and that's what matters to me.
To historical Blackhawk to now, it's a great deal. And again, it's a way of recognizing how the interaction between the tribes, you know, all the tribes in the United States.
To feel the spirit of that chopper is something in itself, and how it was used and what it was used for the soldiers and the warriors that fought for our country.
Native Americans are very proud of their heritage, and they strive to maintain it every day in all their values and everything they do. I guess the older you get, the more sentimental you get, and I think for some of the older veterans, it was very sentimental, and it even brings some closure to their life as a soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine.